Yo, what's up YouTube? What's up gamers? It's your boy Lincoln Clay coming back crack-a-lack with another video. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't, two tears in a bucket, fuck it. You know what they say? The show must go on. Microsoft. You know, I haven't had a drink in about 5.5 years. You know, it was a decision I made when I got back into the gym. You know, I just wanted to keep my focus. But when it comes to Microsoft, oh shit, it's like an episode of the Jerry Springer show. It's just no end to the craziness, and you know, and that kind of shit, you know, makes me thinking about having a drink again, which I know I wouldn't, but oh god. So let me gather my thoughts and take y'all back to the beginning. This right here is the OG Xbox. This is where it all started, and blow for blow is probably Microsoft's best console. This was first console I ever played that had a hard drive, which was pretty cool. So there really wasn't a need for a memory card. The only reason you would need a memory card is if you wanted to take your game saves over to another Xbox, which I thought that was pretty cool. And since the console had a hard drive, it seemed like it had unlimited space. So I was really cool with that, you know. So for the most part, like I said, it was more positives about the original Xbox than there was negatives. You know, so again, like I said, that's blow for blow. That's one of the best. I think it's Microsoft's best console, blow for blow, in terms of, you know, what you were getting back then. This right here is Big Buford, or otherwise known as the Duke. That was the controller that came with the Xbox when the Xbox first launched. It was a pretty big controller. That shit was like holding a giant ass hot pockets. So it was, you know, I got small hands too, so it was a little bit uncomfortable. This shit was like eating a triple cheeseburger. You know, it was a big fat ass controller. So, you know, that was a minor problem. You know, I got past it, but slight issue. This is the DVD playback kit, and the real small black piece right there, you would have to plug that into the control port of the Xbox, and without that the DVD player wouldn't work. So that I did have an issue with, whereas the PlayStation 2, you didn't need a playback kit to watch DVDs. So that was an issue, but it really wasn't too big of an issue because back then everybody had DVD players. So, you know, it was a little bit of an issue, but not a major one. But for the most part, that's my take on the Xbox. You know, long story short, it was a pretty good console. The hard drive, you know, eliminated the need for memory cards. And once they fired up the Xbox Live and got that going, you know, there was a couple of, you know, hoops you had to jump through to get it going. You had the Xbox Live starter kit that came with the headphones and a copy of MotoGP. And to get going, you needed to submit a credit card, you know, to get going. And I didn't have a credit card at the time, so I had to go use my mother's credit card to get the Xbox Live up and running and stuff. So, you know, it was again a minor issue, but for the most part, you know, that particular console right there, you know, was probably some of my best gaming days right there. I used to stay up till about 5 in the morning, you know, playing Rainbow Six. You know, it was really a lot of fun. This console needs no introduction. Probably Microsoft's most hated and most loved console. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Xbox 360, whose alter ego is the Red Ring of Death. Now, this console here, this is where my experience with Microsoft was horrible, and this is when shit got real. This is when this is when I started like not liking Microsoft as a company, and to this very day they haven't really given me much reason to like them. So going back to what happened with this issue, I bought a brand new Xbox 360. About 3 months later, 4 months later, possibly, it caught the red rings of death. So I called Microsoft, told them about it. They took down all my information, said, we'll send you a box. Put the 360 in a box, send it back. We'll repair it and send you back another one. We send it back to you. Okay, fine. I'll probably say this whole shit probably took about 3 weeks. So finally, I get a box back from Microsoft. I open the box, and it's this dirty, beat up 360 in there. And it was not the same 360 that I sent to them. And enclosed in the box was a letter that they sent me back a refurbished 360. And I was definitely pissed about that they sent me, a 360 that looked like it was laying around in a junkyard. So we plugged the 360 up, and the shit would not play any games. We pop the game disc in, and we get this error message that said, if this is a Xbox 360, please insert it now, or some crap like that. So this 360 they sent us, it would play DVDs, but it would not play games. So like I was super pissed, and I called Microsoft and told them about this 360 and told them that the shit is not playing games. And so Microsoft's response was that, well, you'll have to send it in and it'll cost you $100 to get it fixed. And I said, how the fuck you gonna charge me $100 to fix a box when you sent me the fucked up box in the first place? And they went into all this shit about, it's their policy, whoop-de-whoop. By that time I was fuming. I got to screaming and shit. Said, I want to talk to a manager. And I said, I want this shit taken care of now. I said, I want the Xbox back that I bought, and I want it back fixed. Manager's like, okay, we'll take care of it. No problem. And they said, for your inconvenience, we'll even send you a controller. And I said, okay, but I do not want somebody else's used shit. I want a brand new controller. They said, no problem. We'll send you back your Xbox and we'll send you a brand new controller. So by this time, I had already figured that these motherfuckers can't be trusted anyway. So anyway, again, about another 2-3 weeks later, we get a box back from Microsoft, open it up, and it's the same goddamn Xbox they sent us that was supposedly refurbished that looked like it was laying around in a junkyard. We plugged the shit up, and again, it would not play any Xbox games. It was only playing DVDs. And so then, reach into the box, get the controller, put some batteries in it, push the button, and the controller wouldn't light up. The shit didn't even work. And again, this was another controller that looked like it was somebody else's used bullshit. So I said, I was talking to my son's mother. I said, we're not going to call Microsoft and go through this motherfucking bullshit again. So I said, I want you to go to the store and I want you to buy a brand new Xbox. So she went to the store. She bought a brand new Xbox. So what we did was that beat up ass Xbox, we cleaned it up, alcohol and everything, had the shit looking like brand new. And we did a couple of things and we switched them. And I had her take them back to the store because I figure with a woman, they're not going to question a woman bringing back an Xbox, where if it would have been me bringing that Xbox back, they would have had a fucking bomb sniffing dog looking at the package and, running that shit through airport security x-rays and shit. So I already knew, don't go. I said my son's mother to swap it out. And sure enough, she said they told her, they asked her, what's wrong with the Xbox? And she said, my boyfriend already has another one. We don't need it. So they took the box, said, okay, threw it in the back, gave her money back. So yeah, I had to get Microsoft back on that one. They fucked me and I had to fuck them right back. So yeah, I ended up having to, pull the old switcheroo on them. And it was like, from that very day, I just had issues with Microsoft because this shit just went on and on and on. So that, was the second generation and the biggest issue that I had with Microsoft. And finally, that brings us to the current generation Xbox. I guess Microsoft didn't learn shit when this box came out. They're gonna price it at $500 to add this fucking Kinect that nobody wanted. As most of you know, the shit had to be connected to the Xbox at all times. If you disconnected the Kinect from the Xbox wouldn't work. You had the 24-hour check-in, where if your Xbox was disconnected from the internet for more than 24 hours, it wouldn't play games. It would only play DVDs. And so, and then there was the DRM, the digital rights management shit, and if memory serves me right, it seems like the E3 they had that year, or at least the reveal they had for the Xbox, it seemed to me like they spent more time telling you what you can't do with this fucking console than what you can do. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. If you turn it off, you'll be locked out of the box. It's like, this is a fucking prison box. And so, by the time this shit happened, I had completely swung the other way. By the time this current generation Xbox was revealed, because of my experience with the 360, I did a complete 180, and I wanted Sony to put Microsoft out of business because, I just feel like Microsoft is like, at least right now, they one of the worst gaming companies out there. And so, I'm reading all these articles and shit like that, and then we know about Don Matrix and his infamous, we have a device for that. It's called the 360. When people were fussing, hey, what if we don't have internet and stuff, and he made that comment. Now, I don't have a problem with Don Matrix, but I do have a problem with that statement he said. So when he said that shit, we have a device for that. It's called the 360. I was like, you know what? Y'all can keep both of that shit. I'll just go ahead and get a PlayStation 4. It had more power. Yes, power. But that's not why I bought it. It was $100 cheaper, and I had a serious dislike for Microsoft back then. The extra power was just a bonus, but no, the power was not the main reason that I bought the PlayStation 4. So, and then, moving forward, I really don't need to get too much into detail about the current state of Microsoft right now, because these motherfuckers are constantly in the news. Every time you look around, there's some kind of article where they either got exposed or somebody damage controlling for them. So, and now, the recently released Xbox One X, started out with some issues here and there. I guess, not on the level of the Red Ring shit, but enough that it had my ears perking up. So, but, to wrap this video up, that's my history with Microsoft in a nutshell. I had issues with Sony before, but my issues with Microsoft took that shit to the next level. And so, for the most part, I game where the best experience is at, and that's currently the PlayStation. They got a ton of games and got a ton of games more on the way. And they invested heavily into the PlayStation VR. They got a ton of games coming out for the PlayStation VR. First-person shooters are on the way for the PlayStation VR. So I think a year from now, as more and more people are getting VR headsets, I think this thing is really going to take off. Over on the Xbox side, the current situation is this PUBG debacle. I don't need to go into that. Everybody knows the situation with that. But moving forward with my videos, I hope to keep everybody up to date, you know, on gaming news. But by the time I make my videos about current gaming news, you already know about it. You already know what's going on. And so more for the most part, my videos will be opinionated of what I think. Is this person damage controlling? Is there seem to be some kind of truth to whatever the current gaming situation is? But anyway, this video is about to run out, so I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out.